Minecraft's golden age is typically referring to all of the versions of Minecraft from Classic in 2009 all the way until official release 1.2.5, after which is when Minecraft took a huge turn into the modern direction leading up to 1.20 we have today. This is, of course, an arbitrary boundary, and many people consider the golden age to just be alpha and beta Minecraft, but there's really no right answer though. Anyway, after Minecraft version 1.3 and beyond, many people really forgot about these old versions. All eyes were on Microsoft when they bought out the game, and the huge focus on Bedrock, Pocket Edition, and Console Edition kind of overshadowed everything as well. So in 2017, along came a mod developer named Zauja, who had a huge admiration for the feel and nostalgia of beta Minecraft and decided why not revamp this old version and attempt to bring it back into the spotlight. Why not create a mod that resurfaces that sense of discovery that made the old version so amazing, all while keeping the old roots of the game intact? And well, this quote-unquote new frontier of Minecraft modding led to the first Golden Age mod ever created, New Frontier Craft. Of course, that's a bit of a misleading statement, as people were creating mods for those old versions of the game throughout the 2010s still, but nothing really fit the scope of what the Golden Age is all about until New Frontier Craft came around, which is keeping the old days of Minecraft alive and well while offering new ways to enjoy the game with an optimized, polished, and revamped feel entirely. And if you think about all the more recent Golden Age mods I've covered on my channel, Reindev, Legacy Plus, Not So Secret Saturday, and so on, almost all of them have audibly taken some inspiration from New Frontier Craft. If we look at the sort of go-to trend statistics for this topic, the Golden Age Minecraft subreddit, we can see that, first of all, it was created right around the time New Frontier Craft came out, and you can see an explosion of popularity beginning in 2020, when all these more recent mods I've already covered began gaining tons of traction. Just so cool to see this. And it's all thanks to New Frontier Craft essentially creating a brand new niche of Minecraft, the grandfather of Minecraft's Golden Age. Now, if you've never heard of New Frontier Craft, you're in for a treat. It's kind of been overshadowed by Golden Age behemoths like Better Than Adventure, but it is heavily underrated and deserves just as much attention and love as the bigger mods. Let's talk about what makes it so great and how it was completely polished after being around for over 6 years now. Firstly, it is the first quote-unquote parallel timeline mod of the Golden Age, meaning it seeks to explore an alternative development path of Minecraft and completely overhaul the game, rather than add something alongside the game like most mods do. Think of the Aether as a good example of that. Now, I know Better Than Wolves exists, which is the complete OG parallel timeline mod from 2011, but I'm talking specifically within the Golden Age community of the late 2010s until now. Anyway, this style of mod is always my favorite, as it keeps the spirit and roots of beta Minecraft around, all while giving you new objectives, cool things to find, places to explore, and items to collect. And my god, New Frontier Craft does all of that and more. There are 26, yes 26 new ores in the game, all with their own uses, tiers, and rarity. Now, this may sound overwhelming, and is actually one of the main complaints from critics of this mod, but let me ease your mind a little bit. If you go to the website, there is a beautifully written guide that shows you the tiers of each ore, how to move up to the next tier, and some information on what tools are better for speed versus durability. I highly recommend reading that as a good starting point for mining. Which, speaking of mining, the reason there are so many ores to find is that back then, the game really was true to its name, Minecraft. I feel like in modern Minecraft, there's a huge focus on exploration to get late game tools and items, that it's no longer necessary to just dig a hole down to bedrock and see what you find. Almost should just call it Explorecraft instead, but that's a topic for a different day. So along with tools, there's also ore tiers of armor and weapons, with a cool table explaining all of that in a neatly packed way. Again, if it seems overwhelming on the surface, just try out the mod and you'll get used to it really quickly. So let's move on to some of the general blocks that were added as well. There's a million of them, not really, but I'll touch on some of the notable ones as well as my favorite ones as I usually do in these mod videos. Firstly, it makes building easier in general with the addition of scaffolding, which functions the same as modern Minecraft scaffolding. There are decorative blocks like windows, tons of different stone brick variations with different crafting recipes, a smooth stone variant of nether bricks, stained glass, and tons more. Every single new ore has its own corresponding ore block, and when you put them all together, it looks really beautiful. Now, possibly the most important block of the mod is the brick oven, crafted with 8 fired bricks. The brick oven is a more powerful furnace that is almost like a crafting table and furnace combined when you open the interface. The brick oven is required for alloy smithing, which refers to brass, bronze, and steel ingots, each of which are a certain combination of raw ores you can find throughout the game. It's a sort of way to upgrade those raw ores and jump into a better tier. Also, the mod utilizes a melting point system, so the better the ore, the higher the melting point. Most late-game raw ores require the brick oven to be smelted, and it also takes longer to smelt if they have a higher melting point. This can be seen as kind of annoying, but I like it. It makes the game just a little bit more immersive. And moving on to world generation stuff, New Frontier Craft adds many new generated structures to find across the world. Things that contain loot, like water towers and nether dungeons, to more natural ones like overgrown stumps. The best part about it though is that the mod's structure generation is set up to be completely customized. You can pretty easily create what's called a structure pack, and add your own custom generated structures to Minecraft without much difficulty at all. Fans of the mod have created some awesome structure packs you can add and try out as well. So if mining and building is less your jam and you love exploring, New Frontier Craft has that too. A little something for everybody. In terms of items, there are a couple awesome ones worth mentioning. Firstly, the wrench, which I can't stress enough, needs to be in modern Minecraft, that allows you to adjust slab and stair positions without needing to break and replace them. It's just so nice and easy and saves so much time in the long run. There's also the telescope, which is just like the modern spyglass, though the telescope came out well before the spyglass was even thought of. Mojang, are you a secret enjoyer of New Frontier Craft? In terms of the nether, it was enhanced as well, with new mobs such as the fire creeper and fire spider, places to find like broken portals and nether dungeons, and a few new blocks as well. There are blood moons on the overworld, which happens rarely at night. During a blood moon, those nether mobs replace their overworld equivalent. Zombies become enraged zombie pigmen, creepers to fire creepers, spiders to fire spiders, skeletons shoot fire arrows. These mobs are stronger and more destructive, so even in the late game, it's recommended to hide away underground through a blood moon, which you also can't sleep through. And lastly, there are so many quality of life changes with New Frontier Craft, like revamped crafting recipes that give you a more intuitive amount of items, a fully functioning creative mode, many improvements to optimization and graphics settings, and so much more. As usual with these videos, I'm just scratching the surface of the mod. There is so much more to discover and enjoy with it. If you're a fan of Golden Age mods in general and haven't checked it out yet, definitely check out the mod that started it all. I've left a link in the description to their website, which contains all guides and the wiki and mod information, as well as their public Discord server if you'd like to be a part of their awesome community. And something interesting I thought of while making this video is how New Frontier Craft basically invented a niche for the game. In a sandbox game that can be tweaked and customized, such as Minecraft, there's basically an unlimited amount of creativity that can happen. And when entire new genres of mods and tweaks are invented, it blows my mind every single time, because it's always something that I never would have thought of. It makes me wonder what might come next for the Golden Age specifically. I mean, besides Better Than Wolves, parallel timeline mods weren't really a popular thing until way later on. What's the next crazy invention? Who will make the next best thing? The next New Frontier Craft? Or is it just an exploding trend that will die out eventually? I hope that these videos and this modding community inspire someone out there to create a brand new path for old Minecraft. I feel like we still have a lot of untapped potential here. I don't have the answer, but I know someone out there does. I'll get off my dramatic soapbox, but I did want to bring up that question because I feel like we're on the verge of something amazing. Anyway, if you enjoyed this mod showcase, definitely check out New Frontier Craft with the links below. It's an absolute pristine project and is still being updated after all this time. I hope you learned something new. Let me know in the comments if there are any other mods from this community that deserve some love. Leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're brand new for a potentially endless Minecraft nostalgia experience. Join my Discord for all video updates and stream announcements. I love you all so very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Special thanks to my channel members on these signs, especially my night members Crimson, Thomas Wellman Boyd, Melon Siggy, and Ponytail MC, and my beloved Lord members Tor Willem and Dirty Dan.